Well, in hot and cold temperatures, it's been used forever. I mean, Socrates was teaching hot and cold therapy. And stone therapy has been used forever. Every walk of life in all the indigenous countries where we still have shamans or medicine men and women that are still offering ancient techniques to the body for healing or spiritual awakening, they've always used the mineral kingdom to help with that, whether that's a crystal or dirt or mud or the stone. They've always used them in various ways to connect the human body and mind and soul to the earth, because through the connection to the earth you can find your soul connection. And so it's been a practice that's been going on probably since we stood upright. And it's just now with LaStone and the way we've integrated it over the last 16 years has become very clinical and can benefit the people that are struggling with their health in a very clinical way, but yet we want to keep it. LaStone is focused on keeping it in some ancient traditions where it's about spiritual connection. It's about awakening that soul on its earth journey.
Yes, there is a real physical component and the clinical side of things. Can you describe a little bit more the physiological impact of a treatment?
Well, with LaStone therapy, the most important part of it that I stress in the workshops is the spinal layout, because the spinal layout is both hot and cold mixture of stones along the full length of the nervous system, along the spinal column, all the way from C1 at the very top of your neck to the very base of your tailbone to your coccyx. And so these 17 or more stones are laid behind you, and they're not laid behind you randomly or mishap. There's a specific reason why you would lay hot and cold in certain regions of the body according to what's going on for that client. So the therapist needs to understand the nervous system. If they don't know the nervous system, they're not going to be able to make an educated decision on whether I put hot or cold on this part of the spine. So once the therapist understands the nervous system, they choose their hot and cold stones according to the body's needs, and then they cover those stones with specific amounts of layers between hot and cold, so that there's no danger to the nervous system or to the tissue in the back. But yet there's enough protection to allow enough heat or cold to penetrate through the material without damaging the skin. That right there is the key to the whole treatment. Because if the therapist understands the nervous system, chooses the right temperature to affect the nervous system, to affect the organs and the tissue, at that very moment it becomes very scientific and very clinical, because right now in a split instant, the spinal column is sending impulses to all parts of the body, be that slow down because we're heat, or be that speed up because we're cold. And so you have both of these sensations happening all at the same time within the nervous system. And what the brain has to do, the mind has to just give up. Because the brain itself is very, very functioning as to telling all the different nerves to do what they need to do, because they have to respond to the degree of temperature. But the mind is so confused by all these impulses happening in the brain, so the mind just says, oh, I need to give up. I need to let this go. So at that moment, the client then gives up the control of the treatment. They then relax and sedate into the whole experience. By the time that takes place, we're energetically, in a vibrational way, bringing stones to the top of their body onto their chakras. And so we're now bringing cold and hot to the front chakras. So first the nervous system kicks in, the mind has to give up, and now the front chakras are being addressed with temperature and vibration from the stones. And you get that third eye stone on the client, and they're out. They're emotionally, spiritually, and physically just floating in the ethers. And it allows for us to then get on with our business about more energy work or about offering more temperature to the body to improve or enhance a chemical change with whatever happens to be going on with them.
Hi there, my name is Nina Wallinder, and I wanted to talk to you about Layers of Health. Layers of Health is a free online community dedicated to investigating holistic and alternative health options. These options can include physical health, mental and emotional health, business health, as well as your spiritual health. So you can join me as I discuss your health concerns with various experts, mentors, and leaders in their fields. And these interviews are offered for free live as well as during special encore presentations. But if you find one that is particularly interesting to you, you can also purchase it. So you can join me at www.layersofhealth.com, and I'll see you on the calls.